Hey y'all, what's going on? This is Robnee44. Um, just bringing my buddy in. He should be coming in soon here. Uncle Lad is my co-host here. Give me one moment, y'all. We're gonna get this together and bring in the co-host. Just waiting for my co-host to come in, Uncle Lad. We'll get it together soon. We'll get it together soon, y'all. There he is. I can see you, Lad. Can you hear me? I can see you, buddy. I can't bring you in. Give me one moment here, y'all. We're trying to bring in my co-host here, Uncle Lad. So bear with us, and we will get this going on. Can you hear me, bro? Having some technical difficulties here. I can see you. I just can't hear you, man. I can see you. I can't hear you. Not hearing you. Not bring us in, bro.
There we go.
Little struggle there. We gonna
No,
get it.
no worries.
We
No
gonna get
worries,
it
my
together.
brothers. No worries, my brother. You know how we do it, man. We new to this. We gonna work it
Yeah,
out, man.
yeah, we gonna work it out, bro, for sure. I think I kind of got a line on what happened, but hey, man, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing blessed, man. How you feeling, bro?
Hey, hanging in there, bro. I just want to start the show. I am Robnee44, and this is my co-host, buddy, and friend, Uncle
Uncle
Lad.
Uncle Lad, baby, Uncle L to you, to all my folks, man. And let me say something real quick too before
For
we get
sure.
into it, man.
Yes, sir.
I just want to take the time to thank everyone for our first podcast. This is our second.
Yes,
I want to thank you because I know your time is valuable. It's valuable more than money or anything else. So we just want to take the time out and say thank you for joining the podcast. If you
absolutely.
don't catch it live, definitely rewatch it or watch it, once it ends and share it with other people, man. Get involved in the party, man. Be a part of the fan.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, I applaud everybody that did take the time. I totally agree with you. I mean, people have lives and they're doing things. And I know it's a billion podcasts out there, but
Yes,
we
sir.
just trying to hit we just trying to do the right thing on ours. So let me
Oh,
just
that's
say
it, bro.
two
That's it. Let
things.
me bring it a little closer, man, because that way, you see, I'm inside. I'm inside. I'm not outside today. I'm inside, so I'm still
Ah,
working on my lighting and getting it set up and all that. But we'll get it
yeah,
right as the weeks go on.
absolutely, absolutely. Like I said, I'm not a technical guy, but we're gonna figure it out. I just want to say, real quick before we get to the topic of the unfortunate topic of
Yeah.
Kevin Samuel's passing. But I just want to say a shout out to my man Candyman. Big show coming up, San Jose, California Civic Center. DJ Quick, Into
West
Deep.
Coast.
The name goes on and on and on. It's gonna be a blast. That's May 13th. San Jose Civic Center, our hometown. So
Yes,
y'all,
sir.
if you in the surrounding Bay Area or in San Jose May 13th, come out and check out my boy, man. I call him the big homie. He may even be at Club Remix. We don't know. He's good friends with another one of our friends, so we'll see. Also, I just want to say, shout out to Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, the boxers, Madison Square Garden. They made history. Not only
Yeah.
was it a good women's fight, it was a great fight, like in just a fight of the year. Okay, so don't matter if you're women or not. Shout out to Errol Spence on his win, Shakur Stevenson, and then there's a big fight
Salute.
tomorrow with B-Ball and Canelo. Don't sleep on B-Ball, y'all. I know if you're not a real boxing fan, you wouldn't know, but this guy is a monster. So Canelo better be on his game. Um, other than that,
Salute. Salute to him.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you have any shout outs, lad, before we dig into this?
Man, I just want to thank once again, thank everybody, man. Thank my family, thank our friends, those that we know. Thank the people once again who's tuned in and watching, man. I can't stress how much I value your time.
Yes,
That's important to me because I'm definitely not trying to waste it. I know my boy Robnee44 is not trying to waste your time as well because we understand how valuable it is. And you could be doing other things, but you spend the time with us. Appreciate and love you for that.
and lad, tell them where you at. Tell them where they can find you, man. Tell them where they
Man,
can find your social medias outside of here.
okay, well, I just kicked off my little my TikTok, which is
TikTok, TikTok.
I'm brand new to it, so it's Uncle underscore Lad. You can catch me on IG. I'm pretty fresh on that as well. That's I believe also it's Uncle underscore Lad. I do have a Facebook, but I'm gonna keep that kind of on the hush for a minute because
Absolutely. Not a
But
problem. Well, you got y'all
definitely,
can find me, Robnee44 TikTok. I'm also here on YouTube. This channel right here that is we're broadcast from just hit over 500,000 views. So I'm really stoked about that. I would have never thought that would happen. You know,
Salute, my brother. Salute.
and our little show pushed it over. So, praise God. So,
Hey, that's a blessing, man. It's a blessing.
yeah, and I'm on IG as well. So, yeah. So, sir,
Yes,
please
sir.
kick it off. About the man Sam, the controversial figure he is. I found out about him through my cousin Trees. I woke up this morning on Facebook. Shout out to my cousin. She did a great little piece on him. I think it was fair, and I think it was poignant, and I think it was speaking to just who he was as a man. And the thing about it is there was controversy about him, but I also think he spoke truth. So what's your? I'm gonna let you go ahead and.
Well, off the top, I'm gonna say, man, God bless that gentleman's family, man. I mean,
Yeah,
that had to been a hard. I mean, we've all lost loved ones in our lifetime, and to lose someone that you dear, that you have love and warmth in your heart for, that feeling is something that's hard to deal with. But as we get older, it's death knocks on our door closer and closer. So I definitely want to send some love, some courage,
yes, sir.
encouragement, and some support to his family off the top. He,
You do. Yeah.
um,
May he
I
rest in
mean,
peace.
yeah, please do rest in heaven. He was king. And
Yeah.
we're gonna get deep into the conversation, about him and some of the things he may have said or some of the things he may have personally stood for. Um, uh, it's like anything else, man. We don't, we're all individual men, right? So you're gonna
Absolutely.
agree with some things, you're gonna agree with some things you're not gonna agree with, but when knowledge is being spread or information is being told, you pull out what helps you and what gets you by. So
Absolutely. I was.
so I just want to say, blessings to his family, man, and blessings to his close friends. And I salute you guys. It'll get better. Still, the pain gonna be there, but it'll get better. Give us some time.
Absolutely, absolutely. We all lost people, like you said. It is like funny how life will, refertilize you. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Like you'll lose something, you'll lose a flower, but another one will grow. So
Yes,
um
indeed.
my thing on him, because the first place I seen him was on TikTok, because I'm on TikTok and I do TikTok and all that, and I seen him one day on TikTok flipping through, and I was like, wow. I mean, it was almost like he was speaking to how I feel. Now here's the double-edged sword I think about Mr. Samuels. Mr. Samuels remind me of my dad. Even though my dad would speak truth to me, he'd just be a little harsh, but it was
Right.
still truth is truth. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Right.
and I think that's where some of the people that are detractors, they would be like, well, he talked this way. Sometimes you can't listen to the tone and you got to listen to the message. But sometimes the message doesn't get through when the tone is, and don't get me wrong, you have to be who you are. I'm just saying how it was. You know what I mean? I get that, because a lot of things he was saying was like, men are really fed. There's a lot of good men out there, and I may not have $1 million, but I can make you feel like $1 million. But you got to give me the opportunity, because I may do things so special for you that you'll remember for the rest of your life. He may be able to take you to Hawaii, Tahiti, and all that, but I may just take you to, the park, and you be like, oh, you can't even fix this up and everything. You know what I mean? So I
Right.
think he was speaking to that man. He was speaking to the man that maybe doesn't have the things. He got the heart, and he's going to treat you right. That's what I took from who he was. But once again, I do understand how women and other people may be like, well, he was really brash. Or, hey, messenger, don't kill the messenger. But,
No.
it was what
No.
it was.
No. No. And just to add to a little bit of that, as I was saying, I don't agree with everything he said or necessarily how he delivered all of his messages.
Right.
But what I do believe is he spoke a lot of truth into what the common person, like the common man, as yourself, myself, friends and family, may not have seen or noticed, or didn't want to be honest with you, or didn't just want to accept some of the stuff that was going on, right?
Yeah,
And
I
and
agree.
it's not necessarily against women, and I think that's where some women and some men, I can't explain how they got the message. To me, I don't think he was necessarily bashing women. I think he
No,
was giving a message to, like, look, we all fit in somewhere, right?
Yes.
My mom used to tell me that, look, I mean, because I was a little bad kid, you know, I said negative things about, you know, individuals. And my mom used to tell me, look, there's someone for everyone.
Yeah.
So for that male or that female, you may have said, oh, she's ugly. Someone loves her.
Yeah.
That guy that you may have said that, oh, he's out of shape. There's someone who loved that person, right? There's someone for
Right.
everyone.
Right.
I think, like you said, um, him being a messenger and sometimes how he may have came across or how he tried to deliver the message, I think it got mixed up in a lot of people's mind or in their ears because they
Right.
was taking it personal and they wasn't taking out that small portion of what applies to their life.
Right. And it's funny you said that, 'cause I was thinking too, when I heard about it, and I was just thinking about his overall life and reading all the comments, and there's the for and against. I think also he's speaking to a segment of people. You know, to me, it's like a woman that is a queen, she's a queen, so it don't mean nothing to her when you talk about somebody being raunchy or a man that has respect for himself. It go right through his ear when you have, you know what I mean? When you are who you are and you have, I think when something bugs you, when it bothers you because there's some of that in you. You know what I mean? Because there are also women that were champions for him. Like I said, my cousin, she wrote something that's very poignant. It was fair. It was, you know, she was just speaking to the man of who he was, but also about the truth of why people may be one way and why people may be the other. So
Right.
I say that to say, you know, I think if you take it personal, maybe that's because that's who you are.
No,
Yeah.
and I totally agree with you because this is the one thing that, and now, granted, I'm not in that financial status that he was in, or
Right.
some of the gentlemen that he may have spoke on who was in a higher financial status. That's
Right.
not me. So I don't understand that lifestyle or that the opportunities that was granted to them. I know what he was talking about because it made sense, but I don't live that life. So I only can take out of it how I live. And I'm gonna say this with that. People bashed him when he used to ask the women the question of, you know, how tall are you? What is your dress size? How much do you weigh?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that part to me, I didn't necessarily see eye to eye with Mr. Samuels. God rest his
Exactly.
soul. Right, because
Exactly.
me growing up, I came from a household of my mother was a large woman. I
Good
have
one.
large women in my family.
Yeah, me
Um,
too.
as I grew up, I never discriminated on the women that I dated. Right, I dated,
Yeah.
you know, slim goodies all the way up to pleasantly plumps.
Yeah.
You know, so to me, that was never a dictation of if I felt me and you had a vibe. My
Right.
thing was more of how are you going to treat me personally,
Right.
right? You know, and you know, not to get a little crazy, but my thing was always how you going to treat me personally, and are you
Yeah.
going to make my toes curl when it's important?
Right.
Because
And
that's
you
what the
know,
thing.
you measured the weight of the heart. You know what I mean? I
Yes,
don't
sir.
try, but you're measuring the weight of the heart. And I think what one thing about him is that I don't think he just only spoke about upper echelon men. I think he was a voice for men that are, you know, maybe financially don't have, you know, I can't just on a whim take you to Hawaii this weekend, but he wanted women, I think, you know, and this is just my opinion too, because like you said, everybody seen him differently in a lot of ways. He wanted women to be, I think he did want them to be happy because he wanted them to say, look, you may not get that $1 million account man, but
Right,
have you thought about that man that's steady, work every day, have his business, y'all ain't never need for nothing, gas in your car, bought you know what I mean? He
right,
was too, because you're gonna find joy. A lot of men, I think, that have a whole lot of money, they almost feel entitled. And this is what I've seen. And like you said, I don't live a lifestyle, but I think someone feel like, you know, what's your problem? I'm buying you everything, you got everything you want, but then she miserable at the house, and you wonder why she with the gardener. You know what I mean? So my point is, emotions trump a lot. We talked about this on our last show, how women are emotional, and they really are. They want some of a lot of them do want some of the finer things, but sometimes they get in that web and they like, this ain't what it was supposed to be. You know what I mean? Yeah,
right,
I go buy
right.
everything. I think ultimately it's gonna come down to how do you make, like you were just saying, make me feel. How do you make me feel?
Without a doubt. And as I say, he did speak some truths because
Mhm.
obviously, I mean, we see it today, right? I mean, if
Yeah,
you're a man of, they say, high value, which that's another part to me. If you're above this dirt, what I'm saying, God rest his soul, not knocking him, right? Because in
right.
my eyes, he was a good dude. I didn't know him personally; he was a solid dude. But
I feel the same.
if
Yeah,
you wake up every morning and get a chance to thank the good heavenly Father that you got to see another day, I think you of high value, right? Because you
yeah.
got to see another day. But now, once again, I don't. We both admit that we don't live in that upper echelon, but I can see that. I can see that. Look, man, if I'm making 500 racks a year, I'm a million plus a year. Of course, my options are going to be more available. And it's not a knock on, or even let's say a woman, if she's making, 500K to $1 million a year, her options are going to be more available, right? Because that's just how society is.
Right.
Men and women are more lenient, are more willing to accept when they feel they have an advantage or when they get an advantage, right? We see it all the time. You have athletes, actors, rappers, country western singers. I mean, you name it, news anchors on both sets who have a lucrative career, married to their spouse for many years. Then they get divorced, and the spouse come back and say, "Well, the person cheated. They verbally abused me. They gave me an allowance." But they accepted that to live the lifestyle that they lived. You follow what I'm saying?
I
So,
do, but I have to say, for me, like I don't even consider that upper echelon. I really don't. I consider that people got money. But if you were to talk to a lot of people that have money and don't have, they're not in the right love relationship. They'll tell, there's a lot of people that took their lives, bro, and it blows your mind. It's like, how did they take? Because you think yourself, you took your. It's like Dave Chappelle said. He said, when I walked away from $100 million, only thing people say is, how you walk away from $100 million? How you walk? And Dave Chappelle said, because all they see was the money. They didn't understand
right,
the mental stress I was going through, the stuff that was breaking down at my house, to break down with my children. He said it's like you get in the spotlight and people look at you and they think, well, that money should have kept you, but it's not. It's not. That's why I
right.
think a lot
But
of NBA players blow their money because they like, Deion Sanders once said, he said, after I won the Super Bowl, everything, that was my whole life. I did it and I was like, I want to kill myself tonight. And that's a quote from Dion. He said, "Oh,
right,
after
right.
minors, he was gonna kill himself." You know why? Because he said, "Look, money. If you're an alcoholic, money makes you more alcoholic. If you a hung monk, it's whatever you are. It's just gonna increase who you are. You just got
And that
money."
and that part I agree with you with. But the part I don't agree with you with, though, the real spill, is that people are willing to accept and do different things for money, bro. So
Oh,
there
I
is, I
agree
mean,
with that. Oh yeah,
so when I say that, I mean, I'm saying the point is that there's women, and let's just go to athletes. You're right. There's women who stay at their husband for their whole career.
absolutely,
They they accept the fidelity. They accept the husband stepping out to marriage because
absolutely.
they get to live the lifestyle. But once those checks ain't coming in, what do they say? Okay, I know where all the money is. I know the property we own, but I won't have.
Yeah, I
Now
say some of them do.
but hold up, let me finish this. Now you're not making that 2.5 million a year. You're not making that 5 million a year, right? So now I don't get to live the lifestyle that I originally lived dealing with you cheating. So now I won't out, but yet you rode that whole train while the check was coming in. And it's not just women; men do the same. You have female actors who's married to dudes or athletes who's married to cats, and they do the same. They like, still, well, baby gonna go out and do what she do, but she's taking care of me, so I'm gonna write it. And once she's done doing what she's doing, the cash ain't coming in. Deuces,
But,
I'm out.
but see,
So I
but
think
like
money has an
that's
influence.
some of them. That's some people. That's not
I
everybody.
agree.
Because there are some women
I
that are
agree.
still with men, and you know what some of
Sure.
the backlash is for them. You know what some of the backlash is for them because when he was making that $5 million, he was probably out cheating. So yeah, she accepted it. But what's gonna happen now? It's like, okay, now I'm gonna bite you on what you done, bro. I'm gonna stay with you, or I'm gonna leave you. But now I'm gonna let you know that yeah, I did it for the money. I did it. I did hang in there for the money. but it was the infidelity that you've done to me, city after
Right.
city after city after city. And now you're right. Now you ain't got no money. Now you really got nothing. So let me yell it to you what I was fed up with. But I think some say as well. I think it's
Right.
like I was saying. Kevin spoke to a segment of people. He didn't, when some of those women would come on his show and they would just try to bull him over. He was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's have a conversation. But if you don't want to have a conversation like adults, I'm going to let you have it. Not saying it's right or wrong, but I
Right.
understand part of what he was trying to do. Because some women, I see some of the shows, they come on there like, you're right. Some of them he enlightened. They was like, yeah, I can, see
True.
that. He just wanted you to see into what we as men, that's why I liked him, because I had never heard nobody just be so saying what I felt were some of the things that were really like, that's so hard. I'm like, you know what I mean? So,
real
it's a
spill.
complicated web.
Real spill, dog. All that I definitely agree with, man. I mean, it's real spill because I done watched quite a few episodes of his, and I can only reflect on myself, and think that I mean, I was blessed in the relationships I've been in, so but I can reflect on myself and think and say, you know what, that make a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? And then once I said there's some things I didn't agree with, there's quite a few things that I did agree with. Now, some of the women that came on, they opened themselves up to that too, right? Because once again, I'm going to make sure people understand. I know from my last show, I got a couple of people that didn't make the comments, but they kind of hit me up and say, hey, man, you just got to come at the women. I'm not coming at you, women. I'm not coming at you. I'm just trying to keep it 100 with you, though, right?
Yeah, but that's what I love about you, though.
Let's keep it like the people, like the youngsters are saying. Let's keep it 10 toes down. All right.
Come on.
Now, when we was younger, there's a handful of young ladies that I stepped to. I'm not a big dude. I'm a slim dude. When I was a kid, I was super slim. Big teeth, big forehead. You know what I'm saying? Kept it 100 though, because once again, I didn't discriminate.
Right.
Slim, bitty, short and sporty, pleasantly plump, thick and juicy, however you carried it, boo. I mean, if it was looking good to me, I'm trying to work with it, right? But now there was quite a few, I was going to say chicks, don't want to be disrespectful. There was quite a few young ladies who I stepped to was like, well, hold up. You let my folks smash, right?
Right.
When I come to the doorbell, it's like, nah, I can't deal with you, man. I can't work it out with you, right?
Yeah.
But wait a minute. Yeah. Back then, I was a humble dude doing what I do now, going to work every day. But my folks was out there in the streets, right, with the whips, you know what I'm saying, and doing the, passing the narcotics or whatever the case may be. Yeah. So they was enamored with that. So they was like, he can smash all day long. Now let's fast forward that 40 plus years. Now I see them out in the public today, and they like, oh, lad, some people, I'll come as Uncle L, but a lot of people who watch the people know me back in the days. My nickname is LAW, LW. Right? So now I see them in passing, and they be like, oh, lad, I ain't seen you in a minute. This, that, and the third. How you been? Whoop-de-wop. This, that, and the third. Hey, let's go have a drink. Hey, how can I get in contact with you? Hey, let's catch up. Hold down, boo. Now you want to catch up with a brother, right? I'm not mad at you.
When back in the day, you wasn't trying to holler at me.
You couldn't see me, right? Now brother's doing something halfway decent in his life, and now it's like, okay, wait a minute. Now I want to pass you the cookie. Well, look, mama, I'm not mixing no dough. So you can't. I don't want the cookie if I'm not putting the cookie dough together to bake the cookie. So don't come at me now. You feel what I'm saying?
But
don't
see
come
now,
at the boy now and be like, hey, let's put something together. Nah, mama, it's not gonna work like that. And I'm not holding it against them. I ain't trying to cut you off, dog, because I'm gonna say this real quick.
No,
because
go ahead.
all those who watch this and know me, I'm not the jealous type.
No.
You do what you do on your time. I do what I do on my time. I ain't mad at you, right? We gonna keep it pushing. Real spill. I don't want to get ignorant because your boy having a little cocktail. I don't want to get ignorant, but look at this part though.
Hey, we chopping it up, bro. Chop it up. Be real. That's
okay.
all.
Well, let me say this part. Your boy, and I'm not bragging. Your boy never had a problem getting some cookies in my lifetime. Ain't had to pay financially. I may have to pay mentally.
Oh yeah, never,
but ain't had to pay financially. So I ain't never, ever had a problem
Right.
get some cookie or a piece of cake.
Right.
Okay, understand that part.
Well,
So
but let me just say this to speak to what you said. I think that, and this kind of sews into what I think Kevin was trying to do as well. I think if you're smart enough, and this is for women and men, when you're smart enough, that's why it blows my mind when men be like, or women, they still doing the same stuff they're doing at 16, because like it didn't work all then. Why are you still doing it now? And I say that to say this: when men or women or whoever, time is supposed to really give you wisdom and knowledge, and I think it does. And I
without a
think
doubt,
some of what's coming at you is that they realize, I thought I wanted the cat who was in the whip. I thought I'm mature now, so there's a little leeway for me. There are some, they didn't see who you really was, but time and maturity will make you see somebody for who they really are. Trust me, I've had some come at me and be like, "Oh, you're funny. I didn't even." And it's like, or man, you're nice and sweet. And it's like, I've always been that dude. I've never not been that dude. Now,
and that's
my
my part
thing,
though, because that's
I
my
hear
part.
you.
That's my part because I can't let that ride because I'm the same dude I was back then.
I
You
hear
just
you,
didn't
but
want
my
to rock
point
with your
is
boy
though
back
that you have to, and I'm not saying you have to, but what I'm saying for
then. Right,
me, I understand that when I talk to people, I understand where they're coming from. Because like I
I
said,
get that.
the things I did at 16, 17, 18, even 20, 21, I made mistakes, and still make mistakes. But my point is that I think maturity makes people see whether it's right or wrong, whether you agree or not. I
Right,
think people say, I see who I am, I see what I've done, and I mean, and I'll take it, I mean? But
right.
it's not about a pass form. For me, it's just about that's good. That's good that you mature. That's good that I've matured. That's good that, my last chess move didn't cause me, to lose the game. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, oh, without a doubt, brother.
that's
Without
all
a
I
doubt,
feel.
man.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. But now here's the flip side of that, though. Here's the flip side. And this, we're just being 100% honest, because this is one of the
Yeah.
things that I wholeheartedly agree with Mr. Samuels on.
Yes.
When we was in between that 19 to 27, 28, or let's go 19 to 29,
Right.
almost 30, you was tight. It was all tight, right?
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
30,
Yeah.
now you're 30 plus, and it's not as tight, right? I get that. So now wait a minute. When I'm between that 19 and 29, I may not have been super right, but I was halfway decent. Now I'm getting
Right.
older, it's only getting better for me, right? Because I have matured. I am a little stronger and confident mentally. Now, I don't have to be physically. This heart got a cage around it. You feel what I'm saying? This mind is strong as a rock. So now that maturity I get. But see, now to me, this is where I agree with Mr. Sanders. See, now you feel less than, and you run across not necessarily me or you, but a brother or whoever the case may be, an older fella. You know what I'm saying? That you was like, oh, I remember him, and he was attracted to me, and now he's a little bit more established. So, oh, let me give him a shot, right? Really, really, and I'm not mad at ladies. I'm not mad at you, right? Not at all. And I'm not trying to, once again, I'm not talking bad about you ladies. We just on this one topic. So y'all get that part.
Yeah.
But
But I'm just saying
understand that.
it's an individual case by case. That's all I'm saying. Even
No,
he
I
said
get that.
he
I
would
get
say,
that.
I know that, and that's all I'm saying. I mean, yeah, you might still have some women that still living in a certain mind frame, but there's men the same way. We know people they married and they still doing dilly dally. It's like, what the fuck you still cheating for, bro? I mean, look around. You gotta, what I mean. So that's just it. I ain't,
Real spill.
but what I'm saying
Real
is this:
spill.
people are doing what they're gonna do. But what I'm saying is that people change. It's just the way it is. And through conversation, you'll find out, am I dealing with the same person I was dealing with that was 18, or if I'm dealing with somebody who I find most people that can be honest about who they are, their faults are the ones that I can say, yeah, this person really done, you know what I mean? Because some of them, they still narcissistic and they saying the same shit. So I think it's just what are you dealing with? If you're dealing with somebody that they still blaming people, then it's easy. Okay, you talking the same shit you was talking in eighth grade, baby. I'm
Right.
good, but if they can
Right.
bring to you that's more, then you like, okay, because I know I've changed. You know what I mean? So
Right. Right, right. And I like the feel that I have as well, but you know, I'm still the same OG. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. And I ain't gonna
Yeah,
and
but you know, you
I ain't gonna
smarter. You definitely
right, right,
smarter.
right, right. I'm
There's
definitely
some
smarter,
things
but
you would never do again. I know there's some things you would never do again.
oh, without a doubt. Well,
That's
definitely
my
without a
point.
doubt. 'Cause like you said, it's maturity. No, without a doubt, you hit
Yeah,
that A1 on that one, dog. But you know what? Hey, I am who I am, man, and I can't let it slide, bro. I'm not
yeah,
letting it
I
slide.
hear you. And
You
like I
feel
said,
what I'm saying?
and I
So
feel you on. I'm not.
I'm gonna keep it 100, dog. I'm not letting
Yeah,
it slide. So
look,
don't try
hey,
to slide up on me or hit me in a DM or send me a little message or however y'all call it nowadays and be like, oh, I see you doing a little, you doing this and you doing that. Baby, I was doing that back then.
right,
You just didn't see it. But once again, I'm not mad at her because see, this is what I think. This is one thing and so let me flip to the thing that I didn't or I didn't agree with Mr. Samuels on. People are who they are and they're gonna do what they do, right?
right on.
I think a lot of people, men and women, get it misconstrued, if I could say that part, because look, no matter if I put a ring on it or she put a ring on it, I don't own it, man.
Right,
I can't stop you from going out doing what you want to do. If you want to go out and cheat, you go out and cheat,
right,
right? But just keep it solid though, because see, I'm not a player, but for conversation, a player like me ain't gonna be mad at you, boo. Because if
right.
that's what you want to do, that's why I said it a little while ago. Look, do what you do on your time. I'm not mad at you. Just don't be mad at me when I do what I do on mine.
Yeah,
We need to
and it,
have an even understanding, and that's why I think people nowadays miss a message. These youngsters going around killing each other, killing
right,
themselves. These females
right,
doing the same thing. They killing other people, killing themselves behind, some meat or behind some, cookie. When it's like, look, man, it's not that serious, man. Understand if you're confident in your own self, right? I was telling my nephew this today. We was talking about, you go to the club or here, let me just I'm not trying to deviate, but let me just tell this quick little story.
go
Um,
ahead.
my original BM, right, when we was dealing with each other, I used to let her walk ahead of me. And she's watched this podcast, she's gonna be like this cat with this damn story. But I used to let her walk ahead of me, right? And every once in a while she'd turn around, she'd be like, what are you doing? Right. And I'd be like, oh, nothing, nothing, just that and the third. So one day she was kind of hitting me up. She's like, well, hey man, why you keep walking behind me? And I kept it 100 with her. I said, look,
Right.
mom, I said, look, I'm just appreciating other people appreciating you because you walk by. I'm a couple feet behind. As you walk by, what did the young fella do? He looking at that ASS. I'm not checking it. I'm not saying that nothing to him because I don't own it. It's mine at the time. But look, it made me feel good, right? Because I know someone else appreciated you, right? What I seen, someone
Well,
else seen.
at least they appreciate the physicality. But I know what you're
That
saying.
part, that part, and this is, and I'm gonna let you run after this, and then here's the added part to that, right? I used to tell her often, her and I used to be married, and my previous wife or whatever. I used to
Right.
tell them often, go out to the club with your friends. Go
Yeah.
have a good time with your friends. I don't necessarily have to be there because I could tell you 1,000 times you're beautiful. But after 99, it goes through one ear, comes out the other. But if you go out and other people show you appreciation, you got young fellas in your ear, cats want to get your number, cats want to buy you drinks, and all this other, that gives a woman a different feeling. No matter what I say, she may hear what I'm saying, but to someone else showing her appreciation, that gave her a different feeling. And I know for a fact, ain't nobody tell me no different because I live this. You know, I don't know if she got the numbers. I don't know if she followed up on that. That wasn't my concern. I didn't own her. I know when she came to the house, to the nest at the end of that kick it, I could be dead asleep and I'm getting woken up because what she doing? She's smiling, she a little tipsy, and she's like, hey man, give me that meat. Right? She feeling good. So she's coming home to put it on me. Right? And then there was the thing was like, well, you don't get jealous, you get me. But what? I don't own you. You're not a piece of property. You're my girlfriend, wife, whatever, side piece, whatever, however, whatever you, not me personally. whatever someone's dealing with. You know what I'm saying? That's what
Right.
you are to them. But that don't mean they own you. So that part kind of blows my mind. So I don't know, dog. I just want
Well,
to run with that
I
stuff.
disagree, dog, in the sense that I think, to be honest, I think people can put on a facade. I think people can act like, and even because a million men can tell a woman that she look good. If it ain't right inside of her, she's not gonna. I don't care who she is. It's not gonna connect. Or man, it's not gonna connect. It's just not. It's not gonna. They're not
That's
gonna
right.
get it. So that's about. This is more about, like we were saying before, about your self confidence. I've never been more confident in myself than what I do now, who I am now. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't care if someone feels this way, that way about me. I'm being real, bro. I care less. And it makes
Right.
it easy to walk away from certain people too, because it's like, why was I worried about that in the first place? So
Right.
but I hear what you're saying, but I think a lot of that is just in the physical. But I think as we get older, and what I'm finding with women that are 40, it's like, I meet a young girl, yeah, she confident now, she's swinging, but wait till I get 35, when she realized there's some people out there, and this is nothing against women, but she realized, like you were saying, you're not as beautiful no more as far as physically. That's what messed women up. Some men, but it messed you up. It's like, whoa. But when that fades, that's why you want somebody overall. They're like, look, I'm not even, and they're out there. They're like, I'm not even tripping off of how I look. I want you, because if she loved you, she loved you. And
Right.
I don't give a fuck, a million, it could take a nation to tell her she's fine. Ain't gonna matter. That's one thing
No,
about
without
women.
a doubt.
It's that one.
Without a doubt, brother. Without a doubt.
So,
Right.
you know what I mean? So, but I
but
hear
we
what you're saying, though, because I think those are shallow people that need for someone to always, you know what I'm saying, edify me, tell me I'm beautiful. I can't deal with that. It's like, I can't. Like you said, you hit the nail on the head, bro. I can't and will never be with anyone that I have to tell you over and over and over again. Because if I got to do that, then it's a waste of time. And you're looking for something within you that you need to
right.
solve.
Right.
Sometimes that's what it's about, bro. It's in you that you need to solve something. And that's men and that's women. And when you were saying what you were saying, I also agree too, because I think that's what Kevin Samuels was saying to some of these women. You get because we men, we know how we feel. If you get confident enough, you'll find the right dude. Because when you touch it to who you are, you're like, I don't care if he got $1 million. But I don't put up with cheating. Well, then he ain't gonna be the one. You know what I'm saying? You just have to make a decision. You know what I mean?
Oh no. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
I
You can
totally
either
agree with
live,
that.
because you're gonna live for some type of penalty gonna come with that. So to me, if you're a real solid person, it's like you don't care about that, because that's not gonna. I know in the long run that is not going to edify me, you, our relationship, or none of that. And I think that's why he was solid to me, because he was speaking like beyond. The stuff that we look at, the superficial shit. You know what I mean? Nigga drive
Right.
up in a nice car. You like, yeah, that's a cold little car. Where you get it? Blah blah. Then a car note of 1,100. Boy, you could have went out and watched it. You know what I'm saying? It's like some people think logical, and they're like, "Well, I hear you. My car give me the same place your car gets you."
True. True.
You know?
True. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. But see, and this is the part that I think, and everything you said is true, dog, and I wholeheartedly agree with that. But this is the part I think where a lot of men and women missed some of his message is that people say, "Well, I'm not willing to settle. Um,
Yeah.
I'm not willing to take a step back. He has to do this for me, or she has to do, or he's like, she has to do this for me, or the female saying he has to do this for me." But see, that's not how the real world works, though. We all settle. We all settle. Period, dog. I mean, that's
Well,
just how it is.
I don't know if we all settle, but
No,
we
no.
get smarter
Rodney
to find out
44.
what we want.
Rodney44. We all settle because you could find something that you think you want, and something's gonna come up that's gonna go against some. May not be your full status or standards, but it may be a little bit where you say, "I really don't like that," but you know what? You settle because you'll deal with it because you're gonna
Nah,
take more than.
man, trust me. I've had opportunity after
I hear
opportunity
you,
since I've
bro.
been
I,
single. Listen to
I,
what I'm saying, though, real quick, real
I
quick.
disagree
I've
with
had
you, brother.
opportunity
I
after
disagree with you.
opportunity as I've been single, and you know what, I passed on them, and there been some fine ones too. But I knew in conversation, talk to them, that I'm gonna save myself time, and I just didn't do it. I'm gonna be honest
No,
with
I
you.
get that
I
part.
don't pass up sex because I be like, nah, this ain't
Right, I
gonna be
mean,
working.
I get that.
This
I
ain't gonna be
get that
working.
part. I get that part. But you talking
Yeah.
about present tense. We talking about the lifetime, dog. You talking about present tense. Remember, you didn't live before you got to today. You didn't settle before you got to where you are today.
No,
So
I
you
don't think
can't.
in my marriage I settled,
No.
bro. I mean,
Well,
I
I'm not
was in
saying. Well, no,
love.
wait. I did. Whoa, I'm not saying
You
it
know
was
what
your
I
marriage.
mean? But it just
I'm not
life,
saying it was your
life
marriage.
can change. Life changes you, bro. That's what I'm saying.
I
Life
get that.
changes people.
I get that. I get
Yeah.
that. But if you settle 25 years ago, if you settled 30 years ago for one small thing, you settled. It doesn't matter that you say, oh, for the last 40 years, I ain't settling for this. You settled. I'm not saying you continuously settling, but you settle for something. We all do. It's like this thing,
Do you
my,
settle or
my
compromise?
look. No. You settle. Not saying you personally, but we all settle for something. Because this is something my big brother used to tell me all the time. Look, you gonna mind somebody. I don't care who you are. Everybody in this world minds somebody. There's no one walking this God green earth who don't mind somebody. I don't care if you freaking Elon Musk, dog. He has to mind somebody. If somebody gonna say something to him, he gonna have to shut the fuck up. Because you're gonna have to mind somebody, dog. No one walked this earth who never minded anyone. Now I'm not saying you have to do it every day, it's your life, but you gonna mind somebody. So you're gonna settle through life for something. Your relationship, job, home, car, health, on and so on and so on. I didn't say it had to be in a relationship. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
that's true. Because
everybody
your
settle.
job, you got to make sure you get there. Otherwise, you ain't gonna be there.
Well, then you settle. Everybody settles for something,
Yeah,
dog. That's
yeah.
all I'm saying. I'm just keeping it real, dog, because I do it. I don't settle. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I mean, look, dude, you know,
Well,
a
you
lot
can
of
call
people
it.
don't.
Let's just do this. You call it settle. I call it compromise. Because for me,
Okay.
I still even with my job, I still even feel like if I don't want to be there, I won't. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Right,
just
right,
gonna
right,
go
right,
do
right.
anything
Well,
that's gonna bring me misery, bro. I'm not doing that, bro. I'm
right,
not doing.
right. Don't get it twisted, because even exchange ain't no robbery, right? So if I show up to
Right.
work,
Come on
if,
now. Come
if
on
I
now.
show up to work, you're gonna give me a paycheck. The day I
Ex-
don't want to show up to work, I'm not expecting a paycheck from you, right?
Exactly.
So this is the thing that my daddy told me with my older brothers, my uncles, cousins, good friends like yourself, who teach me as I've grown and went through life to say, look, man, even
And you
exchange ain't
done
no
it, man.
robbery. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm never too high to not listen to anyone, right? And I'm
Right.
never too low to not deny anyone, right? Because it's all knowledge, right? And I'm
Right.
gonna take out of it what helps me.
Right.
And
Right. Right.
that kind of brings it back to the Kevin Samuels things,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
when I watch his YouTube or his podcast or he's on other people's podcasts, once again, I don't necessarily agree with everything he says, but I'm
No.
like, some of the stuff that he say that I can apply to my life, I'm gonna
Right.
take that and use that. You know what I'm saying? And here's something that I know a lot of women don't like. And look, all races do it. I'm not talking about just black women. All races do this, right?
Women.
And
Yeah.
all
I
women
love
do it. And actually some men are starting to do it now too, though. But look, when
it.
he
Yeah.
used to say weaving and sandal in it,
Woo.
huh? When he used to say
Woo.
when she weaving and sandal in it, I
Mm.
had to I had to go back to my own mental dictionary and be like, well, wait a minute. When I was dealing with this chick, she was weaving and sandal in it all day. What? Huh? No wonder
Yeah.
I got off track.
Yeah.
Or no wonder you know what I'm saying?
Rubbed off
So
on you. Rubbed
that
off.
part I'm riding with. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of
Yeah.
my vocabulary right now. I told her to do a job that the other day. I said, dude, if she's weaving and sandals all day, you better rethink that, huh?
Boy, you
You
so.
know, nothing against you, ladies. And as I said, you know, they was on Drake. They said he had a weave when he got the braids and shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. We talk about that another day. But I'm just saying. So if you
Right.
weaving and sandal it,
Right.
gentlemen,
Right.
weaving and sandal it all the time. Think about
Hey.
that, because here's my thing though. when I come out and meet you, am I meeting you or am I meeting your representative?
Oh, you mean the rep? You mean
Because
the rep, bro?
your representative is weaving his hair on it with a bunch
Well,
of
you know
makeup
what?
on. But
You
when
know,
I wake up in the morning
let me
and
say
you look
this.
different, and it takes you 30 minutes to get back to your representative, you gotta let me know who am I dealing with. Am I dealing with the representative or am I dealing with you?
All right, let me say this, bro. Let me actually say this because actually I've been out on dates and definitely met the non-rep. Cause some people they so bold nowadays, they act crazy on the first date, which I love. I love that because I want to know. Like I said,
Right,
I said
right.
before, I want to know today, so I gotta call you tomorrow. So I'm glad you acting a fool. I'm glad
Yeah,
that we sit here because here's the thing. There's little things they'll show you. You treating this waiter like and this waitress like they ain't shit. I'm glad you're doing that because if you don't care about them, sooner or later you ain't gonna. I'm gonna get the same
that
treatment.
part.
So,
That part.
so I
It's
love that. And some of them are that dumb. And I'm not saying just women, but men the same way. I was at a restaurant one time with a girl, and me and her, we watched this guy cuss this woman out. And I'm thinking to myself, how long they been together? Come to find out, that was their first date. He was doing her a favor.
right,
He was doing her because if she's
right.
smart, she would see, yeah, no,
Yeah, yeah.
no extra shit. You know what I mean? So I'm
Right, right, right.
nowadays they'll just play themselves and put it out there, and that's great. I want to know. I need to
Yeah,
know
I
tonight.
agree.
I
I
need to know
agree with that.
tonight. You know what
No,
I
I
mean?
totally agree with you. I totally agree with that part, Robnee44. Because as I say, when I'm dealing with you, I just need to know: am I dealing with the representative or am
Right.
I dealing with you? Right.
That's why I
And
said that. You right.
and then another thing, you know what I'm saying? And I can't necessarily say tie this in for words for what Mr. Samuel said, but here's what a pet peeve for my thing is too, right? And look, this is just my pet peeve, right? I'm not knocking women. You know, men, we talked about this before. We kind of think a little more with the other head, right? You know,
Right.
I'm not with the. I mean, well, whatever. Everybody do what they do, but this time period stuff or oh, we got to date 90 days, or I got to go on 6 dates, 4 days to get a kiss, 6 days for
Yeah.
you to touch the booty. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 10 days before we do anything sexually, oral or physical sex or whatever. Man, that drives me crazy. I'm just being honest with you, right? Because look, as I say, everybody do what they do. You are who you are. If
Right.
I'm out dealing with you and you showing me something and I'm digging that with you and your representative and I'm attracted, look, man, I'm I'm trying to see where the attraction gets me, right? Because I'm a Pisces, I'm freaky by nature, right?
Yeah.
So if we get it in, and ladies, not knocking you, not telling you what to do. It's your body, you do what you want, right? Just like men,
Right
it's your
on.
body.
Right
You
on.
don't have to pull the meat out if you don't want
We
to,
fair.
right?
Yeah.
Right. But now, if shit, a brother like me, especially when I was younger, right? Man, we need to get a little frisky, right? Because it ain't gonna be no 10 days. Because after about 4 5 days, I already got somebody over here who is like, look, man, we gonna work this out. So my interest in you is not gonna be the same. And see, and I think that's, and as I said, I can't tie that to Mr. Samuels. I know this is the topic we was gonna talk on. I'm just since we're going down, this road.
Oh
I just
yeah. There ain't no roadblocks. Yeah.
right. I just want people to understand that. Look, man, there's no shame in you being you.
Yeah.
Right. I am who I
Yeah.
am. I do what I do. Right.
Yeah.
So be who you are, because that's another thing. Sometimes you're not gonna find the one you like or the one you need to be with when you're trying to be somebody else. When you're trying to
Oh,
be a
absolutely.
different
I
facade.
totally
You
agree.
know what I'm saying?
I
So
totally agree. And for me, bro, I'll be honest with you, for me, especially being single now and being more mature, it's funny. A lot of women trip off me because I'll be like, let's conversate, let's talk, let's spend some time together. Because I really don't want to waste no time. I want to be able to talk to you, and we can sit and talk, have some coffee or whatever your thing is. I take you
right,
dinner, but I want to get to know somebody because in the beginning I made some mistakes. I was just like, oh yeah, because I'm a man, like you said, I'm just gonna jump in. And I was finding that doing that while I was dating wasn't helping me. And then I've left a lot of people just, I ain't a heartbreaker enough, but they want to be with me. It's like, I felt bad because like, you know what? Then I started to say, look, I'm not gonna even have intimacy with people until I know, because it's like this. I'm not gonna take what I'm not sure I'm gonna get back. And I don't mean it in a physical sense. I mean, because I know with women, if you, with a lot of women, because they're emotional, and I'm an emotional person, if I give you something, they be like, hold up now, you had it, so where is this? So I don't even leave nothing to say, you know, and whether it's wrong or right, and whether they feel like it's wrong or right, you know, I never took nothing from you. You know what I mean? I didn't, you know what I mean? Because I knew that, like I said, we're not gonna go out again. And you know, if a woman tells me that, I'm fine with it. That's nothing. I mean, men can take it. You know, okay, it ain't gonna work. You can't really tell a woman ain't gonna work if she like you. She look at you like, what do you mean? Fine and everything. And you could be fine. You could be super fine to me, but I'm just not there, bro. I'm not in that space no more where because you look good. It's like I gotta have connection. I just do, bro. That's what God is doing me. Here's my life.
No. You know what? I agree with you that 100% on that, bro. I definitely agree with you on that part. You know, because that's part of what you're saying, getting older and being a little bit more mature as well, right? So, I mean, you know, I agree with you on that part too, because you could be a well, it's hard to find a dime piece because they say that really don't exist. You could be a solid 8, but if you don't have, you know, if you crazy, you know what I'm saying? I don't do crazy. If you crazy and you tripping, I don't care how good you do. I'm cool. I'll pass. Thanks for the offer, Mom. I'm passing though. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, physical attraction is part of it. We know that.
Right? Without a doubt. Well, we all men. It's the hunt, bro.
But for me, bro, it's not the paramount for me no more. And everybody's different. It really is something. I met some bad ones.
I know you have, brother. I know you have.
I just didn't agree with their, you know.
I know you have. Well, look, I'm I keep it solid, dog. I keep it real, dog. I mean, you know, I'm my own man, but shit, I like a nice man, dog. When I see it, I'm like, oh, that's nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Real shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean I'm gonna, you know, say something. I push the value more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But now look, you know, I can't help it. I am who I am.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. And that's all it's about. That's why I think a lot of it's just about individuals and who they are. And it's like, you know, that's why I like a conversation. Someone may look a certain way and they'll shock you with how they are. And you're like, wow, you know what I mean? I really dig this person. You know what I mean? They have all the attributes that you're looking for, and you're like, okay, this is cool. And then someone may, like I said, it may be very good looking, but it's like everything they do, you like, this is, you start to look uglier and uglier than me. You know what I mean?
That part, brother. That part. You know what I'm saying? That part. I get you.
And sometimes I wish I didn't feel that way, because I would just get with someone and be like, all right, I got somebody to hang with on a Saturday. But that ain't, you know what I mean? I'd rather flip through my TikTok, bro, or make one or whatever.
I get you, brother. Well, look, dog, we running long, dog. So we're gonna bring this back up. We're gonna have to have a part 2, and I don't want to cut you off, but you know, we talk, dog. We can talk for hours,
dog.
right? You know, I got to grab something out the stove. I can hear it in there.
Yes, sir.
We got there for work not too long ago. But once again, I just want to thank everybody for watching our podcast, man. Spread the word. Robnee44. I appreciate you, brother. This brother's the mastermind behind us getting together.
Nah,
so I guess you wish. Yes, you wish, bro. Go on, man. Go on, take your flowers, dog. You the mastermind behind getting this together, brother. And I appreciate you for that, man. I value our friendship for what, 40 years, Debbie?
Yes, sir. And I do too. Always a good conversation, bro. Always. Man, I love we just talk, man, and we can just be who we are. Anybody out there, this is me and Lad's conversation, even when we just talk on the phone. So, but I'm with him. Thank y'all for joining us. You know, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels.
Yes, sir.
You know, share the podcast, and you know, look for us, man. We're gonna get a set time for y'all, but you'll definitely probably catch us on the weekends, since you know we both got to make money during the week. But
we may be back with another one in 48 hours, though.
Yeah,
we got the boxing going on this weekend.
Yes, we do.
We may be back with that one real soon.
Yeah, I might do something maybe in the morning or something. So you know, let me know.
All right, brother. Love you, man. Much love, man.
I love you too.
Love you guys. You guys be safe, stay blessed, live like kings and queens.
Thank you for your wisdom, my brother. I love you.
Yes, sir. Same to you, man. Love you, bro.
Bye-bye.
Stay solid. Peace.
All right.